Hey guys, JD here, and today we'll be taking a look at 3 different ride plates: a Riva Ultra Performance ride plate, the OEM Kawasaki ride plate, and the Kspeed KS3 Pro Race ride plate for the 2022 Plus Kawasaki Ultra 310 jet ski. So this is the Reva Racing ride plate for the Kawasaki Ultra 310 jet ski. And so I wanted to give you a first-hand look at this plate. You can see the one difference between this and some of the competitor plates is that this does have the provisions for the revised KSRD system that was launched in late 2023. Now, if you do have a 2022 or early 2023 model, don't worry about this. You could just leave it. If you do have the updated KSRD bucket that includes the spring assembly, this is the mount for that spring assembly. So now let's take a quick look at this plate and see how it measures. So this plate is just over 18 inches. The fit and finish on this plate is really nice. It's got a marine powder coat on it. Let's flip it over. You can see on the bottom of the Riva plate, it's got this skeg in the middle, and then it's got these cut out sections here. Riva does say that their plate has been race tested. This plate is responsible for helping their stage 1 kit achieve the advertised numbers. And so you guys saw my update video on the Riva stage 1 testing. That did not include this plate for that test. So the stage 2 testing that I'm doing will include the install of this plate. I did not have it at the time of the prior videos, but this will be included in the stage 2 and stage 3 testing going forward. All right, so let's take a look now. Let's compare this Riva plate to our stock plate. So again, this is the stock plate from a 2022 Kawasaki Ultra 310. And looking at the ramp area here, you can see that on our Riva plate, the ramp surface really starts about there. Let's call it 10.5 inches of ramp. The stock plate here is about 5 inches. So the Riva plate roughly doubles this ramp. In terms of length, 15 inches. So the Riva plate is 3 inches longer than the stock plate here. Now the stock plate, to note, this is just bare aluminum, but Kawasaki does use a very high grade casting. You can see there's no pock holes, no issues with the casting, very high performance Japanese made casting. So that's what the Kawasaki plate has going for it. The performance of this stock plate was just fine, but the Ultras really need more lift at the bow. And I achieved that previously with a pump wedge. Having the ride plate actually reduces a lot of that parasitic draw that's created when you bend the flow of the water coming out of the jet pump. So the ride plate is a more efficient way to get that bow up. And I don't have a pump wedge at all on my ski right now. I only have the plate. So let's take a look now at the Kspeed plate. Now again, I'm not judging these one better than the other. I just want to show you the differences between them right now at this point. All right, so our Kspeed plate overall is 18 inches, so just about the same length as the Riva plate, marginally shorter. Then the ramp surface on the Kspeed plate, let's call it 7.5 inches, but you can see it's actually got almost, let's call it a 2-stage ramp. You can see right here we have this initial angle, and then it has a secondary angle here on the end, so that's interesting. The other thing about this Kspeed plate is that it doesn't have a center skeg, but it does have these grooves machined into the surface. So now I want to give you a look at these side by side because no one's done this. So I really want you guys to see what you're getting into. So I'm going to align those bolt holes. All right, so now I've got the bolt holes lined up, and just looking at it, you could see a couple differences in the design of the plates here. Just that lip and the profile. I'll give you a look at the profile here. Again, this Kspeed plate is almost 2 years old. It's been used in salt water, so this is typical what it will look like. It's really not fair to say, oh, this one. The Riva one is brand new. It has not been run yet. This corrosion is normal when used in salt water, so I'm not holding that against them. I'm just kind of pointing out that this plate I've used it. It does work great. And I haven't had any issues with it. Since I am doing this feature with the Riva Stage 3 kit and the Riva components, it's only appropriate to test out this Riva ride plate now with those components. So it'll be really interesting to see the difference in performance between this flat surface here and then this surface with the skeg, if we'll call it a skeg. So I do have a lot of expensive components, and again, I want to take a moment to thank Kspeed and to thank Reva Racing for providing me with these components to share with you. And again, I'm not really saying one is better than the other at this point. I just want to give you a look between the two of them. So there's one thing that I don't particularly love about this plate, and that's this gap right here. Now you can see I had, there's some seaweed jammed in there, look at that. So this was all siliconed, and you can see that this section right here, no matter how many times I reapplied it, it just comes out because the gap is a bit too thick. So the ride plate is mounted properly, and this is the gap that is just a characteristic of this plate. And I just want to show you, look how tightly this plate fits against the pump shoe. There's no gap at all on this Riva plate. It really, I don't even know that I could put silicone around this. It's just, it's very tight. It fits very tightly.
The Reva Racing ride plate retails for $429.95. The Kspeed plate retails for $407, and the OEM plate retails for $170.
All right, well, I hope this comparison was helpful. I am going to get this Riva ride plate installed. Stay tuned for the next video. And then following that, I will give you my thoughts on the comparison between the Kspeed and the Riva plates and their performance out in the ocean. Again, you'll see a lot of guys that ride on smooth, fresh water and are gonna give you, top speed comparisons. I am gonna attempt to give you some speed numbers and some freshwater runs, but 90% of my riding is out in the ocean. So that's really where these plates are gonna shine.
If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more exclusive jet ski content, only on JD's Waterworld.